Okay, 2.10. Sorry, that's water. I want to go over some review problems. Simplify the expression without giving a replacement for x. So my first question, where would I have multiplication? Well, right there. Right outside the parentheses. I'm going to read the problem twice. You tell me if I have a minus. Negative 4 times parentheses x minus 6. Negative 4 times the parentheses x minus 6. Negative, okay, I said minus right here, so plus negative 6. Now I go to my order of operations. Parentheses, multiplication, division, addition. If there's not one, I cross it out. There's a parentheses, but it's got x inside. Can't figure it out. Multiplication, yes. So I circle the plus, and I distribute negative 4 to x, negative 4 to negative 6. Times x times negative 6. So that's negative 4x, and that's 24. Okay? So I now have, and we always put a plus sign. So I have negative 4x plus 24. So the parentheses and the outside multiplier go bye-bye. Okay? There's nothing else there, so I don't have anything I need to drop down. No division. And then adding, I can't add anything. That has an x, that doesn't. That's the answer. Do not add negative 4 to 24. That's not doable. Okay, next one. Got 2, 4x plus 3. Where would you have a dot? You'd have a dot right there. Okay. Parentheses, you got an x inside, okay, so you can't, oh, and there's no minuses clearly. Can't simplify the parentheses. Multiplication, yep, so here's the plus. So I distribute 2 to 4x and 2 to 3. So 2 times 4x times 3. So 2 times 4x is 8x, 2 times 3 is 6. So you have 8x plus, so it'd be 8x plus 6. Parentheses and the 2 out of here, okay? There's nothing else to drop down. So multiplication's done, division's done, and there'd be nothing to add. That's your answer. Okay, next one. 6, negative 2x plus 3, and then plus 5x. Okay, so I have this parentheses with a 6, that's multiplication, and really nowhere else in the parentheses, that's the only multiplication I would have. Okay, I'm going to read the problem, see if we have a minus. 6 times, and then in the parentheses we have negative 2x plus 3, plus 5x after the parentheses. So I'm going to read that again, you tell me if I ever say the word minus. 6 times negative 2x plus 3, plus 5x. I never said minus, so we're good to go. Parentheses, you have it, but with the x inside, you can't figure out what comes out. Multiplication, yes, the distributed property. So here's the plus. 6 to negative 2x, 6 to 3. Okay, so 6 times negative 2x is negative 12x, 6 times 3 is 18. So negative 12x plus 18. So the parentheses and the 6 go away, but I now have something I need to drop, plus 5x. Multiplying's done, no division. Now adding. I couldn't add these, but I can add these, okay? Some things, not the whole thing. So I put x. You see the reason I can actually add is because I have two numbers multiplied by x. So I'm able to add the negative 12 to the 5, and that's negative 7. And the constants, you have 18, so plus 18. That's all the adding you can do. Okay, now next problems are easy. Find the quotient. Finding the quotient means divide. So you got negative 10, and then there's a line, negative 2. The line's called the dividing line. It means division. It's just like multiplication. A negative divided by negative is a positive, and then 10 divided by 2 is 5. 10 divided by negative 2. Now positive divided by negative is a negative. 10 divided by 2 is 5. Negative divided by negative is a positive. 16 divided by 2 is 8. Positive 8. Positive divided by negative is a negative. 14 divided by 2 is 7. Okay. Okay, now you're going to have a new type of expression. Simplify the expression. Okay, so first, I've got a parentheses on top with negative 14x plus 7. Then I have a 7. So here's my simplifying. Parentheses, multiplication. Okay, first, would you need a dot? No, because you don't have any number outside the parentheses. So no multiplication dot. Now I'm going to read the problem. Inside parentheses, you got negative 14x plus 7 divided by 7. If I say the word minus, you have to fix it. So the dots, we wouldn't put any. Minus is negative 14 plus 7, so I didn't say minus there, divided by 7. I don't have a minus in the whole problem. Okay. Now I go here, parentheses, well, you have it, but you can't do anything about it because there's an x inside. There's no multiplication here. Division. Now you have a division. Now this is very similar to how you multiply with these. You make two divisions. Now the number underneath you put after each division sign. That's called your divisor. It doesn't go in front. It has to go after. Okay. Then I'm going to have negative 14x and then 7. So negative 14 divided by 7 is negative 2 with x still. And then 7 divided by 7 is 1. So that plus right there drops down and I have negative 2x plus 1. And then I'm done dividing, and then I can't add anything because one has an x, two numbers there, one with an x, one not. Okay, that's simplest form. Okay, next one. We've got 35x minus 40 in parentheses, divided by negative 5. So dots, there'd be nowhere to put a dot. Now how about minus, question mark. On top, 35x minus 40, so I said minus right here, plus negative 40. Divided by negative 5. So now I go into my order about PMDA. Parentheses, you have it with that X in there, I can't figure it out. No multiplying, no dots, but I do have the division, okay? I have two divisions because you have two numbers on top, one with an X, one not, that's fine, but there's two numbers and they both need to be divided by negative 5. So negative 5, negative 5. So 35x, negative 40. So 35 divided by negative 5 is negative 7. And we need to connect an x to the negative 7. Negative 40 divided by negative 5 is 8. That's a constant. So it's negative 7x plus 8. Okay? Division's done. You can't add those. Okay? Next, we have 70x minus 14. Divided by negative 7. So there's no dots in these problems. I did say minus here. And then divided by. So now I roll parentheses, multiplication, division, addition. Can't do the parentheses, not with an x inside. There's no multiplication dots. Division, yeah. You're dividing by negative 7, but you got two things here. So there needs to be two divisions executed. So by negative 7, negative 7. So you got 70x and negative 14. So 70 divided by negative 7 is negative 10 with x. Here, I'll put it over here so you can see it, how I'm getting it. Negative 14 divided by negative 7 is 2. So it would be negative 10x plus 2. The plus is still there, it drops down. So the division's done, but I can't actually add these two numbers. Okay, next one. 16x minus 8 in parentheses divided by negative 2. Okay, there's no dots. We've already established there are not going to be any dots on these problems. Okay, minus, you go plus negative. And this means dividing. Okay, so parentheses can't do it. Multiply, divide, add. So no multiplication. Division. Okay, I've got two things on top I need to divide by negative 2. Both of them are divided by negative 2. Now, I'm going to answer that question again. Somebody's like, well, that has an x, that doesn't. You can't divide them. No, that rule only exists for adding. You can multiply and divide a number with an x and a number without. It's just adding that you can't do. So 16 divided by negative 2 is negative 8. Negative 8 divided by negative 2 is positive 4. So this plus is still there. That divided by that was negative 8x. And that divided by that was 4. Negative 8x plus 4. And you can't add those. So, okay, next problem. 14x minus 4 divided by negative 2. Okay, no dots, but I have a minus right there. Okay, and that's a division sign. I like to put that there so I know that that line, I definitely have the division operation. Parentheses, multiply, divide, add. So parentheses, just an x inside, okay. No multiplication dots, so divide, I would divide twice by the negative 2. And then 14x and negative 4. So remember, you can multiply and divide if there's an x and not an x. It's the adding you can't do. 14 divided by negative 2 is negative 7 with x. Negative 4 divided by negative 2 is 2. Okay? So, remember that plus is still there. So when I divided that, I got negative 7x. Then when I divided negative 4 by negative 2, I got 2. So can't add those. Okay, so. Okay, next one. Negative 8x plus 4 divided by negative 4. Alright, there's no minuses really because that's a negative 8x plus 4 and that's a negative 4. But we do have the division operation. So no parentheses, no multiplication. There's nowhere I'd multiply. I would divide, but I have to divide both of these by negative 4. So that's two division operations. So by negative 4, by negative 4. So I have negative 8x and positive 4. So negative 8 divided by negative 4 is 2x. 4 divided by negative 4 is negative 1. So that'd be plus. So 2x, remember that plus is still there, negative 1. The division's gone. I just got rid of it. Okay, adding, you can't add those. Okay, 25x minus 5 divided by 10. Okay, I said minus here, that'd be a plus negative with the division. And now I'm ready to roll. PMDA. I'm taking the exponents out, and we're always getting rid of the subtraction. So only those 4. Can't do anything about the parentheses with the x inside, because I don't know what x is. Multiplication, no multiplication. Okay, then division by 10. So 10 and 10. So you have 25x and then negative 5. 25 divided by 10 is 2.5. 2.5x. Negative 5 divided by 10 is negative 0.5, so plus. So you have 2.5x plus negative 0.5. So that, again, that plus is still there. And you can't add those. Okay, next one. Negative 3x minus 6 divided by negative 3. Okay, no dots. I said minus right here with the 6, so plus negative. So divided by, oh, sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. I want to walk you through it, okay? Parentheses, multiply, divide, add, subtract. So parentheses don't have any, okay? Well, you have one, but there's an X inside. Can't multiply, there's no multiplying to be done, okay? Division, yes, okay? But I have to make two divisions here, because there's a -3 on the bottom, but two different terms on top. So you got -3x, -6. So -3 divided by -3 is 1x, -6 divided by -3 is 2. So that plus drops down, and that's 1x plus 2. And we're not going to be adding those. Okay, that's the answer.